Hello, this is your nated uncle. Hopefully, I find you well. Today, we're going to talk about the issue of Afcon. There's this issue, this debate about Jimmy Carragher, the Liverpool legend or ex-Liverpool player. They were debating about Mo Salah, why he's not winning the Ballon d'Or. And there's this argument that he's not winning the Ballon d'Or because he comes from Africa. And to make it worse, the Afcon is not a recognized tournament. So this issue has been all over. It's a trending topic. People talking about the Afcon. I don't know what's your take on that. There's an element of truth in what Carragher said. That you don't win because of Afcon is not recognized. There's an element of truth. But it doesn't make it right. Because let me tell you one thing. The people like the Ballon d'Or, sorry about that. The Ballon d'Or, it's a French thing. It was started in France. It's like a magazine. It started as a magazine. It's something which is based in France. So what do you think? You play in the same league. Let's say all of you play for Liverpool. Then all of you win. One wins the Afcon. The other one wins the Copa America or wins the Europa. The UEFA tournaments. Who's going to be recognized? Obviously, is the one which comes from Europe. Because us here in Africa, we don't have a major say in those things. Although they say the captains and things like that, but we don't really have a say in what happens. That's my take on that. My advice to us as fellow African people is to do well and be recognized. This is the time for people to be united and we do well. The more you do well, the more you are recognized. As we speak, there's no African team which has won the FIFA World Cup. It's solely not our fault, but 50% is something beyond our control. Because one, African countries, we don't get the same representation like the European countries, of which are almost the same like countries, the member states of FIFA. I think there's just a difference of one. But we don't get the same recognition in terms of numbers, in terms of participation at the FIFA World Cup. I don't know what's your take on that one. Recently, the numbers have been increased. Africa has got a guarantee of about 9. And we can go up to 10 depending with that intercontinental or the other extra sport. But Europe has got 16 already. It had 16. I don't know now. Is it still 16? But it's got a big number. It's got a big number, Europe. So automatically, you're already at the back foot. Because they've got more chances of winning. More chances of reaching the later stages. So the more they reach the later stages, the more they get good ratings. The more they get good ratings, the more they are voted for these prestigious awards. So you see, as Africans, we are starting at a back foot. That is beyond our control. But where we can control is to play well, to get united, to play well and do well. If you can be united in supporting one team to do well. Like now we've got teams like Morocco. We believe Morocco is going to do well at the next World Cup. If there's a need to support them, if there's a need to be united to support Morocco, I think it's good to do for the good of the African continent. I don't know what to say. If we can put this story, go back to politics. There's this story which is trending in South Africa about Donald Trump cutting aid and what, and people are crying I'm not talking the merits or the demerits of the issue, but the point which I want to drill home is, us as Africans, we need to be united. We need to stop to rely on other people. We need to do our own things. The more we do our own things, the more we perfect our own things, the more we are good. If we produce good things, the more we are recognized internationally. And the other thing also about Afcon is that tournament, it happens during the season of all European leagues. That is a problem also. By doing so, there's no viewership. You are like there's half viewership, because like on the same weekend there's Cameroon versus Morocco and there's Liverpool versus Newcastle. Just an example. There's a group which is gonna watch Newcastle and there's a group which is gonna watch this set. Already we've halved the viewership. I don't know how we can make it that when the Afcon is being played, also the European leagues, they can stop. Like what if they can do it on the World Cup, that we play the World Cup during a season? We can do it also. We just need to be united and present our case. It can be like it's a FIFA what to call that one, FIFA weekend or FIFA month. And also, this thing that the Afcon is being played every 2 years, it need to stop. We need to make it maybe after every 4 years, so that we can present our case and at least they will understand what we are saying. Because for people to recognize the Afcon that is doing well, they need to watch it and enjoy it. So there's no way they're going to watch it if you are playing it during a season. It's okay to play during a season, but we need to negotiate that the time Afcon is being played, there is no other tournament which is being played or other league which is being played. I don't know. That's my take on that one. People are parading Jamie Carragher. We know they talk nonsense for a living, but for me, it's not about what he said, is it correct or what. I'm here to talk about us African people. It's time to stand up. It's time to unite and we do our things. The other thing also which is affecting African countries is the resources. Now our qualifiers, there's a big percentage of countries which are not even playing in their own country because their stadiums, they don't meet the FIFA requirements. So if you don't have the stadium for the national team to play, automatically the resources for junior teams, for the women's football, they are not there. So if you don't have proper development, automatically you're not going to produce results in the international stage. So if you're not producing results in the international stage, you're not also going to be recognized. If you're not recognized, you're not going to be voted for these prestigious awards. So it's a circle. It goes like this. It's linking. And it's linked with the politics. All African heads, all African people who are into positions whereby you can make a decision, they need to sit down and talk about Africa. How can we improve Africa, both on the political side or on the sports side? I don't know. That's my take. This video might not have a good volume, but I believe my points, they make sense. It's time for us to wake up. We are producing good players in now there's Salah. Look at every team in the Premier League. Manchester, there's Ahmad, Chelsea, you name it, Arsenal, Party. Every team you can go over the list. There's African players who are doing well. There's African players who are doing well. We are supplying the Premier League. We are supplying these European countries. If it's the French League, Belgium League, we are supplying it. There's good players playing well. But the problem is our resources, our organization of our tournaments. We have seen that on major tournaments, people on major tournaments, they are not paid. The coaches are not being paid. When you go to another country, you don't find a bus. you stay in a funny hotel. There's also these dodgy things. You are thinking that you are doing a good thing, but you are affecting our own game. It's time we stand up and we do things the proper way. I like the leadership of Dr. Patrice Motsepe. He's improving the game. He's improving the Afcon, how Afcon is viewed. I was excited when I saw highlights of Afcon on Sky. It's something which I never thought it can happen, that we can see Afcon on Sky. So let's build the next World Cup. We need a team which goes into the final, or the semi-final at least. But the other one, which is joint Morocco, is it Spain and Portugal? That one for 2030. That one, it's a must that Morocco or any other African country need to win that. The more we win these tournaments, you know that if you win a World Cup, there's a high chance that automatically you win those awards. Only the legendary George Weah have won the Ballon d'Or. I don't think there's another one who has won the Ballon d'Or. But we've had good players in the past. I don't know, guys. What's your take on this? This is United Uncle. If you like this, can you please share, subscribe, and drop a comment about this? Cheers.